Why is our 269 October All Access Special one of our best deals ever? Let us count the ways. 5 college football Saturdays, 5 NFL Sundays, full month of MLB playoffs, NHL starts October 12th, NBA season starts October 19th, plus any other sport your favorite handicap releases, all for under $9 a day. As an added bonus, sign up early and get the rest of September included for free.
All right, guys, welcome in. Happy Friday to you. Time for another edition of the Pony Pundits here, powered by WagerTalk.com, as we get ready for the awesome, again, stakes going to happen here tomorrow. Santa Anita race number 10, and who better to break it all down for you than the pundits themselves. Marco D'Angelo, Sig in the house here, and Marco thought of you a lot there last weekend. Because we had yet another inquiry in the Pennsylvania Derby there. But lo and behold, Marco, the racing gods, they favored you this time. You are good to go, my friend. Congratulations. What's going on, man?
Well, it was fun once they put up the official sign. And I just want to say to my esteemed colleague on Saturday when that race was over, if you remember my 4 selections, my 4th choice was scratched to keep me in mind, and I had to scramble to put a 4th horse in there. But you remember that game show, Name That Tune, where one guy says, I can name that in 4 notes?
Yes.
Well, I only needed 3 horses to hit my trifecta because we had it right out of the gate. Somebody on TVG likes to do ice cold. Well, we had the ice cold trifecta for you Saturday, and let's see if I can be awesome again this week.
You knew that. I told you one more of those, and I'm leaving, Marco. Sig, how was your week, my friend? What's new and exciting?
Well, Joe, congratulations to Marco. He did have that trifecta ice cold, but yours truly had the exact ice cold, so not a whole lot to brag about there. Plus, I mean, it was pretty easy. A blind man could have found that one, Marco.
Ooh, wow. We're bringing in blind men. We're bringing in sticks. This is terrible. It's getting ugly on a Friday, so, gentlemen, let us just do a quick reminder here, guys, that a couple of things going on at WagerTalk.com. Number one, you have Sig and his daily racing reports, cold, hot, ice, whatever you like it. He's got them. Race day is 9 a.m., guys. Just head over to WT.buzz/Sig. Never miss a race here that Sig likes each day, 9 a.m. Eastern time. And, of course, Marco continuing to rock and roll, continuing to bring in the profits. And now would be a really good time for you guys to hop on board here at Marco as the month of October. All plays, all sports, and all access package, just $269. That is $9 a day, guys. Get every one of Marco's plays, 30 days, entire month of October. That includes baseball, college football, NFL, you name it, guys. Go down the list. It's a huge month in the world of sports. No better time for $9 a day. Hop on board. Head over to Marco's page at WagerTalk.com. All right, let's dive into the awesome, again, stakes. How much fun is this going to be here? Santa Anita here. Now, Marco, am I starting with you on number 1 here? Which way are we going?
No, it's my esteemed colleague, Sig, and I don't want to hear him ever bitch again that he gets the long shots, because when you see the field and how this breaks down, yeah, I got the short end of the straw this week.
All right. Well, let's go, Sig. You know I'm going to screw this up like I did last week. You get 2, I get 1. He has 3. It was all over the map. So, Sig, we're going to head to you first. Tizamagician, why don't you start us off here, 4-1 morning line. Tell me what you think of this horse.
Well, Joe, first I give a shout-out to our friend and frequent substitute pundit on here, Sean Alvarez, who is a partial owner of Tizamagician through my racehorse. This colt's only missed the exacta once since last September. He's been on a nice little streak here. Since the rider changed to Flavian Pratt in April, he's won 2 12-furlong events and finished second in another. So it appeared that the longer the distance, the better for this colt. But he showed up at Del Mar in the Pacific Classic in August and set that early pace before being overtaken by Tripoli, who we're also going to talk about in today's field. I like what he showed in that race, going the 10 furlongs and I think he's a contender again in this field. I'm going to be using him on my exotic tickets.
All right, Tizamagician. That's right, Sean. Hats off to him. Boy, that was a hell of a weekend, Marco. That's right. Marco wasn't here. It was you and I, Sig. I remember it well. How about number 2, mid-court, Marco? Talk to us here about this 12-1 shot.
Yeah, shout out to Sean from me as well. Only my shout out is I'm putting him on alert. He made move from substitute Pony Pundit to permanent resident if Sig doesn't get back in line here with his mentor. So let's go on to number 2 here, mid-court. This is, as you'll see the pattern, I've got all the double-digit long shots. But this one, guys, I actually like mid-court. I think this horse has a shot to hit the ticket, and I'll tell you why. He is the seasoned veteran in the field, 6-year-old horse in here, the gelding. He's sticking around to race. He had his first race of the year last month, and I think that they were pointing strictly towards this race. If you go back and look at his race lines, he raced in the Awesome Again last year, finished 3rd in that race. And I think they were, taking their time, bringing him back. And, when you got a 6-year-old, you got to think the horse has some talent that you're keeping him around. Well, when you're a gelding, you don't got much else to do other than race because you're not heading to the breeding shed. But I look for him to improve off of that. And if you look at the speed figures off of that race, now granted, it was a regular allowance race, so he is stepping way up in class, but he has raced against these type of horses throughout his career. 17 lifetime starts. He has hit the board 13 out of the 17 career starts, including 6 wins. I think he can run on the bottom end of this ticket. And, maybe we'll see him Breeders' Cup weekend in a race, especially if he could pull off the upset here on Saturday in the Awesome Again. So at 12-1, don't overlook mid-court on your exotics underneath.
All right, love it. All right, moving on. Number 3, Sig. How about Express Train at a 4-1 price? What do you think of Express Train in this race?
Well, Joe, I'm looking for a bounce-back effort from Express Train on Saturday. He's coming off a win in July in the San Diego Handicap, and he went off as the favorite in the Pacific Classic in August at Del Mar, but he experienced some traffic issues in the first turn here. He never recovered from those. Prior to that effort, though, he hit the board in 6 straight graded stakes, all grade 1s and grade 2s. He's a 4-year-old out of Union Rags. He's flashed a lot of talent, and he should be on your exotic tickets on Saturday. While I don't have him as a top win contender here, I wouldn't be surprised if he's part of the mix in the money. Trainer John Sheriff's is in the money 62% of the time off a 1 to 2 month layoff, which this horse is coming off here. I'd use him underneath.
All right. Keep an eye on Express Train. Marco, number 4, Stiletto Boy. Now, this is more up your alley here. 20-1, Marco. Talk to me about Stiletto Boy.
Yeah, 20-1. Imagine that. I get all the long shots. Hey, Sig, well, I'm going to tell you something. I know Sig doesn't like to go back and look at replays like I do, but I really think he should look at the replay of Stiletto Boy last time and see what happened to him in the stretch, because if he doesn't straighten up, that's what's going to be happening to him, because this horse got kicked wide coming out of the turn, actually almost got taken out of the race right when he was making a big move. He regathered himself and still came on to be 3rd. And, what was that race that he finished 3rd in? Well, he finished 3rd behind Medina Spirit and Rock Your World in the Shared Belief Stakes. This is another horse, if they get a fast pace up front, will be closing late. 20-1, he is definitely not used to racing against this top level of horses. He's the undercard in here, but if they go stupid on the front end and there is a lot of speed in this race, he could set up to run past tired horses in the stretch to finish 3rd or 4th. That's about the best I can use him, but he did get really interfered with in the stretch in his last start.
All right, keep an eye on number 4 there. Let's go to number 5. Wow. Looks like we've heard this name before, Sig, haven't we? Medina Spirit, 5-2 on the morning line. The morning line here. What do you think of Medina Spirit's chances here?
Well, Junior Kentucky Derby winner, I should put when I say that. It's going to be under a lot of scrutiny. He did fail a post-race drug test there. There's still some appeals going on here. But speaking of drug tests, maybe somebody needs to drug test my esteemed colleague, Marco, on using or thinking that Stiletto Boy is going to even have a shot in this race. His only claim to fame is winning the Prairie Meadows Iowa Derby. He's not going to be part of this mix. If he's in the money here on Saturday, I will buy dinner at Adiamo. Marco, mark my word here. Stiletto Boy is a major toss. I don't care how much trouble he had in the last replay. But let's go back to Medina Spirit, which is the reason we're supposed to be talking here. He withdrew last week. Baffert withdrew him from the Pennsylvania Derby at Parks for drawing the 9-post, saying that it was too wide. He's a speed horse. There's no reason. I mean, a speed horse should be on the outside. He gets to see what the inside horses are doing and control the race that way. But he shows up here on his home turf at Santa Anita. I think more likely Bob wasn't that confident that Medina Spirit was ready to take on Hot Rod Charlie and Midnight Bourbon and found a much softer spot here in the Awesome again. He didn't have to bring him across the country. He's on his home turf again. The recent works have been lackluster from the reports that I've been seeing. And while he appears to tower over this field, it's going to be the first time Medina Spirit's facing older horses here, which the handicapping angle you should take into account, guys. Whenever you see a horse, especially the morning line favorite, going into a situation that's going to be his first time, always pay attention to that and always basically heed the take that a horse doing anything for the first time, you should be a little wary of here. I give Medina Spirit the home turf advantage here. Yes, I know it's a dirt race, just excuse the expression, and reluctantly agree with the morning line maker. Medina Spirit should be your favorite in here.
All right, definitely is the favorite. So let's move on. Number 6, 12-1, Marco Azul Coast. What do you think of the number 6 horse here?
Hey, 1 second, guys. Hey, Sean, sorry. I'm in the middle of Pony Pundits. I just wanted to see if you're available next Friday to do the show. I'll call you when I'm done. Thanks. Okay. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Just had to take care of a little business. The number 6 horse, so close. This is the other Bob Baffert horse in here. And you know what? This one, I don't give a shot in here. I know you can say this is his 3rd start of the season, and I've talked about that many times. 3rd start off a layoff, that's when you're going to get the horse's best effort. He just hasn't raced against this quality of horse. Now, he did win a very gutty race last time out, but it was a straight allowance race. He had a stretch duel that, was game. But really, in looking back, if you're going to win this type of race, he should have been able to put the horse away that he was battling down the stretch. They went right to the wire. Flavian Pratt got him up by a head. And that's the other part. Flavian Pratt, he's ridden this horse in his 2 starts this year. He's not riding him today. He knows who the better horse is, and he's on the 1 horse, Tizamagician. I'll pass on the number 6 horse.
All right, moving on. Number 7, interesting horse here. 4-year-old colt. What do you think of Tripoli here, Sig? A lot of folks like him at 3-1 here.
Yeah, Joe, I really debated using this colt as my top selection in this field here. While he's been running mostly in allowance companies, his last 2 starts were graded stakes where he finished 2nd in the San Diego Handicap, and he followed that up with a win in the Pacific Classic, both at Del Mar. He's excelled since they moved him to from the turf to the dirt, which is odd as he's out of Kitten's Joy, who's very well known for his turf runners. They normally excel on the turf here. I like the way this colt's been working, and I think Tiago Pereira will keep him just off the early pace. I think he's definitely a contender in this field.
All right, well, moving on. 1 more horse in the race. Then, of course, we'll take a look at your cards here. What do you think of Idol 5-1 here, Marco, rounding out this field?
I'll tell you what, if this horse wouldn't be making his first start in 7 months, I might be a little bit more interested in Idol. This is one of those horses, only 6 lifetime starts. We talk about these young horses that haven't peaked yet. He is a 4-year-old, and the fact that they haven't raced since back in March is a little bit of a concern. I think this horse is going to need a race. I think this is a stepping stone race for him. You might want to put this horse in your stable for alerts to see when he races next, because I think he'll be better off next time out. His racing style, he's going to be coming from off the pace. He's got the outside post. He's going to be a closer. I mentioned it a couple different times. if they get stupid on the front end in this race and run suicide fractions, you could see some bombers coming up late in this race. I don't think we're going to get too bad of a fast fractions early on, but it's going to be fun to see which horse wants to dictate the pace in here. And we know Medina Spirit, how that horse likes to race. So who's going to push him? That's going to be the key. Idle, if you use him, he's strictly on the back end for me, but I'm not using him on my ticket.
Yeah, good showing here. He'll have Breeders' Cup Classic written all over him here if he can show up and show out here. There you go, guys. You got 8 horses. When you put them all together, there's going to be 3 or 4 of them on a card here for both Marco and Sig. So, Sig, I'm coming to you first, my friend. Show us your card. What's it look like?
Well, Joe, I ended up on 5718 here, the 5 Medina Spirit I already told you guys about. I told you guys my thoughts on Tripoli. If you guys are looking for a long shot, I'm not really a long shot, but if you guys are looking for someone to upset Medina Spirit, Tripoli's been on a nice little run here. Tizamagician just keeps getting the job done, plods along, and could be a factor in here. And I disagree with Marco here on Idle. I use Idle as my as my 4th shot, and I think he's a long shot selection in here. Yes, he's coming in here off a long layoff. It's been more than 6 months since we saw the Richard Baldus trainee win a Santa Anita Handicap. But he came from off the pace there, closed and won by half a length. Does that layoff concern me, as it did Marco? Yes, normally, but Richard Baldus wins over a quarter of the time off layoffs of 6 months or more. So he's going to bring this horse back ready here. He's been working consistently since August, and it tells me he's going to be ready to race on Saturday. He has been lightly raced, but he's a curling colt, making only his 7th start. Never missed the board here in his career. And I don't think he's going to miss it on Saturday. Use this horse underneath, guys. He's going to get some prices for you on your exotics. And if you're looking for an upset Medina Spirit or Tripoli here, Idle might be your long shot selection. So I went 5-7-1-8 here, guys. I'm all over Medina Spirit. I think he towers above this field if he's ready, and I'm pretty sure Bob's going to have him ready to race on his home turf here. 5 or 7, I think, with 1 and 8 in the second spot here, with the sort of wheel the exacto 5-7 over a 1-5-7-8.
All right, there you go, 5-7-1-8. Any combination thereof, Marco. How does your card do? You got a lot of stiletto boy on your card, Marco. What do you got?
I am going, first a disclaimer, I am picking number 1, Tizamagician, and it's not because the horse is part owned by my future co-host Sean Alvarez of the Pony Pundits, but I do like the horse, and I'm going to point it out. Medina Spirit, I didn't get to talk about the horse. The horse was scratched out of the Pennsylvania Derby. Bob Baffert's reason for that is he drew the 9 hole. Well, you know what? If you are actually a speed horse, you want to draw outside of the speed horses inside of you so your jockey can break out of the gate, look across and see what he needs to do, whether he needs to tuck in behind or go on to the front. That was a crock of BS. What it was is, one, either the horse wasn't totally ready for that race last week, or he just doesn't like, they test a little bit tougher in states not named California for Bob Baffert. Oh, did I say that out loud? Sorry.
Yes, yes, you did.
Okay. All right. Scratch Bob Baffert off the guest list again. But that's my concern here. Now, he is on his home turf. So, he's going to get everything that's available to him is going to be in place here on his home turf. But I like Tizamagician to turn the table. Yes, Tripoli, who I have in the 3rd spot on my ticket, beat him last week. But to use a little pun, Tripoli out-tripped him in that race. He had the inside ground-saving trip while Tizamagician was on the front end battling Independence Hall, who for whatever reason decided he was going to try to go with the speed early. That took a little bit too much out of Tizamagician, and then when they were coming off the turn, Tripoli didn't even have to try to come up the inside. As Independence Hall faltered, he was able to slide right out and go to the outside, and we've talked about that numerous times. Anytime you have a choice between inside or outside, if you can get to the outside clean, you always want to go to the outside with your horse, and that's what Tripoli did. He got the perfect trip in that race to win it. I think Tizamagician is going to sit just behind Medina Spirit. He'll have the Tripoli had last week. And Tripoli, with a lot of trips in this, is going to be caught wide in that first turn coming out of the 7-hole. And I think that's going to do him in. I have it 1, 5, 7. I put 2 mid-court as a long shot in there on the bottom. I can't disagree with Sig's 8 has a shot to finish on the bottom end of the ticket, and the couple other horses that we talked about if we get a serious pace. But I think it's the top 3 horses, 1, 5, 7, and then mix it up underneath that.
Okay, I'm sorry, hold on one second. Hello, Bob? Bob Baffert. Yes, hi, Bob. Yeah, you want to come on the show next? No problem. We'll make room for you. Thanks, Bob. All right, Marco, you're shit out of luck there next week, my man. All right, guys, there you go. 1572 for Marco. You've got a plenty of ways to be able to make it a profitable weekend here. It's going to be a great weekend of racing, and don't forget, of course, Breeders' Cup just around the corner. Hard to believe we're in October already, and now would be a good time for you to hop on board. Go grab Sig's daily racing reports, guys. 9 a.m. Eastern Time race day. They are available at his page, wt.buzz/Sig. Huge weekend of racing. You don't want to tackle that without those racing reports, so make sure you head over to Sig's page. And Marco, ready to rock here, guys. Month of October, huge sports month when you're talking about MLB playoffs. You got NBA, NHL. You've got, of course, college football and the NFL going on. So now would be a good time for $9 a day to hop on, grab that all-access pass with Marco, and get every one of his plays, all sports, $269, just $9 a day, guys. You can't go wrong. And, of course, we'll be back again next Friday, guys, getting ready for another weekend. It's all about the lead up to the Breeders' Cup. We've got you covered here with Pony Pundits. On behalf of Marco, Bob Baffert, Sean, Sig, you name it. We got a lot of people calling in on this show now. Guys, best of luck with your plays this weekend. Come back and join us again next Friday. All the best. We'll talk to you again next week.
Why is our 269 October All Access Special one of our best deals ever? Let us count the ways. 5 college football Saturdays, 5 NFL Sundays, full month of MLB playoffs. NHL starts October 12th. NBA season starts October 19th. Plus, any other sport your favorite handicap releases, all for under $9 a day. As an added bonus, sign up early and get the rest of September included for free.